right, good morning everybody. Well, technically it'll be afternoon when you review this video. I wanted to create a quick video, okay, of what you'll be needing to do today during class time, okay. First and foremost, welcome obviously to week 11. Yay, we're almost there, guys. We're almost to the end of the semester, so we're working our way, just slowly inching towards getting done, right? So awesome job to you all. I want to go over again, like I said, a couple of things. This week, obviously we are continuing to work on our compare and contrast paper. We are focused heavily this week on doing our outline, and also obviously our discussion board, which is your peer review. Okay, now your outline is due today, so you really need to pay a lot of attention to kind of some of the things we're going to talk about. This is going to be kind of a two-part video. I can only record so long, unfortunately. So the first part is going to be me talking about pretty much everything that's due this week. We're going to go through the folders, talk about some of the information, and then I'm going to do a second part where I'm going to specifically talk about the outline, because I want to make sure that you have all the information you need and understand what you need to do with the outline. Okay. So anyway, so let's just get started. So obviously, again, hope you had a great weekend. This week is going to be, again, heavily based in compare and contrast. That's all we're talking about, okay? So when we come back Thursday, we're going to be gearing up to do peer review, discussion boards, and obviously, I always say that I want you guys to try to have your discussion board done if you can, so that way I can put you guys in groups. So that is the goal. So obviously, get your outline done, get your paper done, because I want to be able to put you in groups. But obviously, the first half of class, we're going to talk. I'll answer questions. We'll go through a couple things. And then, of course, if everyone has their draft ready that morning, or technically afternoon, right, we'll kind of proceed to hopping into groups, and then maybe even use it kind of, if you don't have your paper completely ready to turn in, because obviously it is due that night by 11:59. If you don't have it completely ready, you can kind of brainstorm, because you guys know I'm really big on brainstorming and thinking together, right, and working together to try to we all get to that end goal. Okay, so anyway, before I start rambling on, because we only have so long, let's kind of jump into what you need to do. Now, first and foremost, make sure you're checking your grades. I'm still updating. I'm still grading. I'll be grading the stuff from last week, and getting everything in ASAP. So you'll see those grades changing probably all throughout the week. So just keep your eye on it. If for some reason you have a question, let me know. Okay, the next thing, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm telling every class this, okay, because even though I'm putting it in the announcement, I really feel like some people are missing it somehow. Please make sure that you are submitting all documents as a Microsoft Word format, okay? Now, the reason why obviously is because I do have to check for formatting, right? I'm checking MLA formatting. I'm checking all these different things. And you want to make sure that you're submitting the right format. I've had some students that have submitted PDFs. They've submitted pages, which, is a Mac function. There's no way for me to check formatting on those two types of submissions. And so, therefore, unfortunately, a lot of students are honestly kind of getting, they're I don't want to say they're getting upset, but me telling them, hey, unfortunately, I'm not going to allow you to submit this assignment a second time, because, I told you guys, make sure that your assignment is submitted correctly. So please, 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 ma'am, please, sir, make sure that you are, indeed submitting, your assignments correctly. Okay. Also, as you send emails to me, because I still am having this issue, please make sure you include your course section and number. So if you're in English 111 and the section number, make sure you're, obviously for this course it's English 111, SO1, make sure you include all of that. And it's really just because, while I do remember some names, honestly, being able to remember 100 names off the bat is very difficult for an instructor. So please make sure that you include that, so that way I can readily identify who you are, what course you're in, and get your question answered as fast as I can. All right, so let's go into our week 11 work, okay? Now, this week pretty much, and you will, the reflection or the student portfolio, this is probably one of my favorite ones to read. And let me tell you why. So obviously, as you see, it's talking about you guys reflecting on an assignment that you've completed in this course that was challenging, right? You're talking about, how it challenged you as a writer, and how it's going to help you prepare for other assignments. Now, I like to think outside the box and think, okay, although we're talking about English, we're talking about this course, you can also think about how it's going to prepare you for another course, right? Because that's really what this course is about. So make sure, really go deep, dive deep into, just thinking about, what assignment you've completed that really challenged you. Okay. And really just try to make sure you answer obviously all the questions and really just take, reflect on that. Now the next thing, and I'm going to scroll it down. Next thing we have obviously is our, compare and contrast. Let me get a sip. Oh, forgive me for that. The compare and contrast peer review discussion board. Okay, so obviously it's just like our last discussion board. Okay, or peer review discussion board rather. So you are essentially you're going to reply to at least 3 students. You've got to evaluate their papers. So again, making sure that y'all have your papers ready. At least a rough shell, even if it's not obviously your finished product, that's totally fine. Try to have, some type of shell. I'm going to try so that you're not having to submit to the forum. We're going to figure out how you guys can share with each other in the groups, on Thursday when we get back to class, so that you guys can talk about your papers and be able to really have dialogue about, okay, maybe you should add this, or maybe you should take this out, that type of thing. So hopefully, we'll be able to have some deep, in-depth conversations. And obviously, we're an odd number group, so it may be a little difficult. I'm hoping we'll still have enough time. So I don't plan to talk a whole long time on Thursday, because I want you guys to have enough time to really converse and just really talk about your papers and get them ready so that they're ready for submission, so that you guys can go a little deeper, obviously, and do that peer review sheet. So just keep that in mind. You still have inquisitives this week, just like always. And then, of course, your compare and contrast outline. So in this folder, I'm just going to go in very, very quickly. There's a lot of information in here, okay? And I'm going to get into the second video where we're going to go in depth. We're going to talk about all of these different pieces for the compare and contrast outline. But you definitely need to make sure that you have clicked into this folder and that you have read the information that's in that folder. Okay, in this outline, okay, and I want to make sure I say this in the video, in this outline link, right, there are 2 templates, and I actually tweaked this for you guys to make sure that there was no confusion. I normally only provide one, and it's the point by point, but I wanted to make sure that I also created and kind of fixed for the block method template as well, because sometimes students do like to use that method. I know point by point sometimes feels a little easier for students, but I want you guys to have, both, so that way you can kind of look at both and figure out, okay, this is, kind of what I, or honestly, so you can know, okay, this is the one that I prefer based off kind of what the template looks like, okay? So just think of it that way. Remember that it's due tonight. The outline is due tonight. You will see your topic grades posted. Okay, those were posted this morning. So make sure you take a look. If there's any tweaks to the topic that you chose, you need to read that feedback. Okay, and obviously if there are no tweaks, you'll be able to kind of continue on and do what you need to do. Okay, as for today, what you're going to be doing during class time is working on your outline, okay? So you're going to choose one of these 2 methods, either block method or point by point method. Obviously, listen to my next video. I'm going to talk a little bit about, the videos that I posted in there that break down both. They're very long videos. You will need to watch both, okay? And honestly, let me go back. I don't have it set on. So I'm going to be able to tell, basically you're going to have to mark these as reviewed. Okay. And I believe these videos are about 20 minutes apiece. Okay. You need to watch both. And the reason why, this is just a part of learning. Even though we talked about both methods last week, I want to make sure that you guys have a really deep understanding of the two methods. Okay. So I want you to watch both videos. And honestly, all of this can be done within class, right? So after you watch this video, and then of course part 2 where I'm breaking down the outline, you'll jump right into watching the other 2 videos, and then focus heavily on starting to work on your template or your outline. Okay. But keep that in mind. Let me just jump back here. So again, make sure that you get that submitted. You don't have to have it submitted by the end of class. However, you do need to make some headway, right? So let's make sure that, what you've done is, as much as you possibly can do, to get your work in, okay? Now, I don't want to run out of time here, so I'm just going to sum up really quickly. Just make sure, again, remember today we're focused on our outline. Please make sure you watch the next video that's going to be focused on the outline. And of course, obviously, follow the directions that kind of tell you what to do within that folder, okay? I am so excited to see you all on Thursday. If you have any questions, please, please, please send me an email. Let me know. I'm going to be tied up for a bit. But if you send me messages during class time, more than likely, I feel that I'm going to get out, honestly, probably like sometime within class time. So don't feel like you can't email me during class time. If you have a question, email me. And I may be able to meet with you. It just really depends on how quickly we get out of that meeting and everything. But if you send me a message, I may just message you back and say, hey, I'm still in this meeting, and I'll answer your question. Okay. But again, remember, obviously, this class, because we kind of meet face to face, remember your name's a lot faster. But still remember, I want everybody to follow protocol. So just, obviously put the section English, 111 in the section when you email. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you all Thursday. Have a great rest of your day.